Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am Sanjo, and welcome back to Feast Wright Ace Attorney, where we last left off. Damon's hiding some very peculiar things. One with, for some reason, Emma has her prints on. What's going on with this SN9 incident? Anyway, time to start the Rise from Ashes final day trial for. There's another former? Damn! Really? Shit. February 25th, 9:47 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's happened behind the scene.
Oh, that was me who said that.
Edgeworth.
And knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777 ID number is?
Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Damon Gant, yeah. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there's still room for doubt on this ID record. If that number does belong to who you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything.
True, not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling on the defendant. 5 minutes after the trial starts, Lana will be found guilty.
But she didn't do it.
I figure you say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say.
This is the first time I've he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her.
The truth?
Everything goes back to the SL9 incident.
Don't be stupid. Today is the last day of the trial. We're not time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you.
Huh?
If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened.
I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright?
This is it. If I'm ever going to find out that what Chief Gant has on her is now. It's February 25th, 10 a.m., District Court Room number 9. Okay, let's see here.
Court is now in session for the trial of the Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
Chief Gant. Oh.
Ah, yes, it's very quiet. Morning, folks. How you doing? Hey, Eddie, been back to the pool yet?
No.
No, I've been drowning enough. That isn't my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours?
Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak it directly to the court.
She wants to do what?
Having heard that, she intends to say... Having heard that she intends to say... What she has intended to say, I feel like she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble.
No, you're a sneaky bastard, Gant. And I was right about you all along. You are the main antagonist of this case. But then again, I guess probably everyone who didn't saw this probably considered I was an asshole. I do apologize if it came off that way. It was not intentional. It's just, when you get that gut feeling, you just want to see it till the end, you know? And whether or not you're happy to be wrong or not is completely up to you.
What is this all about, defendant?
I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished.
Well, what's your request?
Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman. Bullshit. in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! Can't. Your Honor, the defense claim does not hold charge. The defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, Mr. Wright, I am no longer require your service. But Lana! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may act in direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
Well, if the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation, her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation.
No! No, Lana, what the hell?
Indeed. It appears there is no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
This can't be happening.
It appears it's time for a verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Hold it! Oh, thank you, Edgeworth, saving my bacon.
One moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Prosecution has not yet proven the defendant's guilt. Defendant guilt beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage will certainly be premature.
Come now, Hey, I understand this is difficult. This is a difficult time for you. But why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut,
Oh, you can shut your butthole, Gant. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant.
What?
Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes? Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. When there's sudden confession from the defendant, it's always to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes.
Some kind of deal? Not everyone operates as you do, Webby.
I thought so. Your Honor, prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Oh? Who?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Sky. I request the court hears her testimony.
Wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue.
I don't care what you think, Miss Sky. The exposure to the truth sometimes result in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant?
Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Oh yeah, that ain't the words of a villain.
Miss Emma Sky, please take the stand.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Oh, poor Emma.
Now the witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Sky. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark Killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concern is the murder of Detective Goodman. It is an incident that resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, sure. Well, okay then.
You sure gave in fast.
No. Please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. And I smell I have to save a lot. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. 2 years ago. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw that instant. A man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. I don't know. Something about that seems a little odd.
It's a good thing you were tall.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edward, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
You gotta admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Alright.
Alright, let's get on with it.
Agreed. Alright. Okay. Great, there goes the thing. Slowing down and shit. 2 years ago, the defendant and it was a detective in the police department, correct? Yes. She was a second in command under Chief Detective Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Chief Detective Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair.
I believe they share the same office.
That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk. My dream and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished work. Her work, okay. Man came running in and took me hostage. That's Joe Dark. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him, and that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Skye and Gant's office.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door and had a look. That's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me. Okay, tell me more about this rescue, if you could. What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were 2 people present during the Dark's questioning. Detective Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Gant was there too?
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room right after the ceremony.
Wait, hold on, wait a second. Wait, hold on 1 second. Wait, hold on, let me check that picture again. Wait, was that the jar in the back? Yeah, that is the jar in the back. So that's what broke. Okay, that's interesting.
I assume that will also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then. But I'll never forget what I saw that instant. Tell me more about that instant. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, and just then, the lights went out.
The lights?
It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out.
Wait a minute. It was pitch dark in that room. You shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then a lightning flashed again outside. Then suddenly, that sudden flash left an unforgettable image in the scene of my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman. The victim. Hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago. Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial.
You told Detective Goodman about what you saw.
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. picture. Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
Now I want to ask about the picture. This picture, the witness drew. I believe it has a very important meaning.
But the list of evidence was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. Drew a picture of the scene once, but it seems to have been lost. Actually, let me check the evidence list if that's true. Is it possible to check this list? Possible to I'm able to check it. Wait, is it on the back? Oh, it's on the back! Hello. The picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. Okay, so it is the list. You drew a picture of this thing, did you witness, right? Yes. I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now. Whenever I close my eyes, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna follow what I did during the with Jake Marshall. I'm gonna save because you never know. Could be some. I may have just screwed up. It's a spinning game. Okay, let's see. Continue. All right. Yep. From save point. Close my eyes.
That's strange. I took over the case after Persecutor Marshall died. Yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken.
But I did draw it, I swear. I'm not just imagining it. This picture that Emma drew. That reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again.
Well, anyway, let's continue. The scene is imprinted an image in your mind. Can you please describe it to us?
The man. Wait, this is new information. So, maybe? There we go. The evidence list. I don't know. I just imagine how weird that would be if I just presented that without even looking at the back of him. Like, I would look like a complete, like, wait, what? How is this correct? And it says, like, at the back, there's a picture of things drawn in a marker. I'm like, shit. Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you still insist on denying its existence?
Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that, as a prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold!
This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident.
Yes. Turn it over, Your Honor.
Turn it over. Turn it... Ah! What's this?
Yes.
Yes, what is that?
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. I'm assuming someone called me.
Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here.
What is the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
Only prosecutors in charge of that should have access to that list.
These lists. They're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What? What? What the hell is going on here?
Order! Order! Who'd have thought the picture would have been drawn on the back of the list?
It was handed to Detective Goodman in the questioning room. That was handed to Detective Goodman in the questioning room? Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor.
Are you all right, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head.
Ah! My eyes are coming out my skull! The evidence list was torn in half. Then there might be more or the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
That's possible. Well, let's see. Huh! Holy shit!
There's something wrong.
Do you even have to ask?
Sorry, Your Honor. I have to take a shit. There's something drawn on the back of my list. That is is that thing.
The Blue Badger! I hear the music.
That thing! That thing was dancing in the evidence room.
Apparently, the head of the criminal affairs used this as his blueprint.
I guess he was out of scrap paper. Wait, what? No. His list has been updated.
Very well, witness. Would you please testify about the picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seems to be thinking about something when she saw the picture. Oh, here we go again. Emma's picture. Who called me on Discord? Oh, never mind. I know the answer to that. I think. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright I could see it were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. The picture shows exactly what I saw that instant.
To think a flash of lightning would burn such an image in your mind.
Instead, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Neo. Good Lord, I can't speak either. Somebody help me, please. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neo Marshall.
The
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Actually, hold on. I wonder, did MSP... Hold on, I do want to check something, though. Go all the way over here. Check this. Wait, really? I don't know. I got a feeling she drew that, too. This is a picture I drew 2 years ago. Alright, let's start off with that. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock I couldn't do anything.
During that time, the detective team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge under the direction of Damon Gaunt and Lana Sky.
2 or 3 days later. The memory should have been fresh in her mind.
Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black?
The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see were shadows. Alright, that's fine. Consistent so far. So at the time you didn't even know who it was, Mr. Marshall, who had come to rescue. So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue. No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor. Dart had tightened his grip on me. Had a tight grip on me, but then Mr. Marshall jumped on him. I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flashed?
After that, I must have fainted. Alright, let's continue. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry.
The flash of lightning only drove out the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this little girl any further?
What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw at that instant. Well, it doesn't hurt just to make sure. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced by any way from your talk with the detectives.
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not. I'd better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone in the story would have influenced me.
Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture?
Huh? Oh, well... that's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that she imprinted in her mind. And yet... there's clearly a contradiction here. Wait, what? Really? Where? Where the contradiction be? Is he referring to the... let me back out a little bit and save again. Again, I'm apologizing if it seems like I'm saving a little often than I should be. As a result of this is a result of me not being sure. Then again, can you really blame me? I guess you could then. From the same point. Well, she would have to be given 2 pieces. Because it's torn. Because it shows this too. Yep, I thought so. Yep, thought so.
Not sure I follow.
You don't sound very convinced, Mr. Wright. Objection overruled. That's strange. She claims this is exactly what you're saying, what the scene has imprinted in her mind. And yet... What is he referring to? No, I'm just... Is it the knife? You know what? I feel like I'm gonna get stuck here for a while, so resorting to Madman method again. Because again, I don't want to get lost in this shit. I think I'm more or less surprised that there's another former instead of a full thing. Damn it. Okay. Presents autopsy report? Okay. I wouldn't have guessed. It was the knife. Ah, shit. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture of the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it like it was just yesterday. Just like it was...
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us.
What part of the picture... Is it the knife? The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife this man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken.
In fact, you don't even need to look closer to see that.
But, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken, too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off of the victim's body.
It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Ark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Huh? Where could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken.
Oh, what's the meaning of this?
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't have possibly wind up there.
That's right. But what does this mean?
Objection.
The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at that time, but she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There's another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence?
You're treading on thin ice, right?
All I'm saying is that broken knife might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
No. Ah! Shit! I'm fucked up.
Order! Are you saying the investigation was really corrupted? Really was corrupted?
Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. Oh no. Even the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Joe Dark. Prosecutor Marshall chased him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. That man was really holding up a broken knife. If that's true.
And that's true. Then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon.
Well,
there must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being 2 broken knives?
another broken knife besides the Joe Darks? The halberd! There is another one. If the witness in this is adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't be just explained by a simple observation error. Mr. Wright? In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife.
I assume then, what you have that you have some information about this other broken knife. So, if so, please feel free to enlighten us.
Murder weapon already broken prior to the time of the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. It's Edgeworth's knife. Hey, you son of a bitch! Now, I think we have to take a look at the Gant picture. The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here in this picture.
This picture of the award ceremony. Ah!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon.
Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded that the knife in the picture was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood of this award. But is that all, though?
Order! Order! Order!
Neil Marshall was awarded the King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and a broken knife. Then, when he was chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation.
But that can't be.
Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the King of the Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then a murderer would invent it would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. Oh, shit!
But the prosecutor was the one who actually died.
That's true. What's going on here?
Oh, poor Wright. It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions.
Hold it. Wait. I remember now. I remember everything.
Witness.
Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it?
could you show me your evidence list again, please?
His list? The one with the picture with that picture inscribed on the back.
I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it.
What?
You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. Ah, she drew both. See, I thought so, but at the time I was trying so hard to forget. Uh-oh. Damn it. It must have locked this part. I must have locked this part out of way deep inside me.
Perhaps it would be best if we add this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Sky?
Yes, Your Honor. Is it about first the knife mix-up and now this? Now the blue badger? What the hell? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, I can okay. Now, this may be a little bit weird, but is it possible a jar may look like something when tilted? Maybe? Maybe it's at the... Let me try this way. Wait, what the hell? No, maybe right here? Oh, what? What? Oops. I mean, I'm assuming she must have saw this, which was broken. Okay, because I don't know. It was like, just rotate this. She just happened to see this. I mean, if you think about it, it fits, right? I mean, it looks like what's on the back of this picture. This right here, right? I mean, that would be the closest thing that makes sense. I'm not sure on that, but I mean, first it might mix up, and now the blue badger. This should be interesting. See here, Emma's recollection. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
This is most certainly unusual. Certainly most unusual.
Try impossible. The head of Detective Criminal Affairs didn't even design him until this year.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Yes, well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further. What? Lana!
What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair.
But you can't do this. I've already confessed as to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that?
Chief Prosecutor Sky, we've already come this far. It's too late to turn back.
Silence! The defense will begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Emma's recollection. Alright, once again, cross-examination. I mean, that would make the jar makes sense, but I don't know which one to press right now. Or maybe I gotta make it pop up or something. When you say that, man, I'm assuming you're referring to Joe Dark. Yes, at least I think it was him. You think. All I could really see were shadows.
The powered outage that immediately preceded that incident was also documented in the prosecutor's office's report.
So then you...
Huh? Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seemed convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife.
But as we just theorized, Marshall was the one holding the knife.
Well, I didn't know at the time. When that dark guy knocked me down, all I could see was I've got to help. All I could think was I've got to help Mr. Marshall. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. That was the second statement I pressed, right? Okay. What do you mean you think? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything. Clearly, what I did, it's all kind of a blur.
In a matter of a few seconds, Miss Sky was almost killed. Then she witnessed a murder about to take place. A little disorientation is only natural.
I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with a knife.
What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next?
Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. Are you sure about this? Of course. See? I even drew the picture of them here.
But the head of Detective Criminal Affairs thought of this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The blue badger did not exist 2 years ago. This is all quite revival.
I know it sounds strange, but I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him somewhere before, and now I finally remember. Oh bother! Just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion.
Tell us, what room did you see him dancing?
Same room? He wasn't in a room. I'm sure I saw his shadow. This must be the fifth one, because I think the last one was 4. His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with the winning smile all the time and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
This is pointless. That thing couldn't have been an puzzle existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation? Someone by all means, tell us what this shadow really was.
What was Emma saw when she saw the lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger, really? I think I just might know. The blue badger hadn't been even dreamed up when Emma drew this picture. Yet, she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright. Yay, happy.
In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Blue badger look-alike.
Yeah, we looked at it just to make sure. It's this unstable jar, right? The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
Well, that's... what the hell is that? Good lord, is that a jar? A giant crooked, a giant ass mug? Like, seriously, what is that?
I believe it's some sort of jar. But the door isn't a jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed, it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if I were to change our point of view?
Our point of view?
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this form. So here, I gotta go look at it this way. There we go. Got it. All right. Yay, got it. Well, is this a miracle or what? No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger.
No, it can't be. Son of a bitch, really? That damn horrendous blue bastard.
Order, order. The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
What do you mean?
So what? So the badger thing was actually just a draw. That doesn't change anything.
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed. Very well then. Please tell us. What's the difference between now and what we witnessed this jar?
The location? The location. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar.
Not only that, but she saw it in a very specific angle.
Knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
The location of the jar are shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. On the shelf in the shelf of the office of Damon Gant.
But the body was found lying near on this guy's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Yes, and it's these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office.
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office?
Yes.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright?
A reason. I think I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She says she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. The next instant, the jar was hit, and it flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have set the jar flying?
That would have to be the impact of man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I draw your attention to this picture once more? If the man knocked down in the direction of the shelf that the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit?
The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword.
Yes. Uh-oh. Since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have to have been Neil Marshall wielding the prosecutor's award.
No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
Yes. There is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility.
Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea. Would have had no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
If events took place as your defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Ow! I'm dead!
Ow! 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 Shit! You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No. No, I doubt that. No. It's only shit.
Well, shit. Okay, somebody help her out. I mean, shit. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
So was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
I don't think that was her intention. But again, Lana, really? What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. No. But it's not Emma either. It's Damon Gant. Here I am pulling out of my ass, pulling his name out. To be fair, like with Von Karma, it wasn't that obvious until like the end of the near end. But to me, I don't know. Gant was a goofy character, but he sort of didn't. I guess he was sort of like Von Karma, like a second Von Karma, except, you know, a little bit more obvious with his tones. A little less obvious with the tones, but it's due to that less obviousness that makes me think he was more of an antagonist for this case. Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How could you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin it in the crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body
Was to keep anyone else
from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone to believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves that my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? Uh-oh. I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it would clearly be difficult to prove with this with evidence.
We don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony.
I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning.
Oh, but you see, but when you have another cat, touche, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility.
Huh? You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. Somehow.
That's impossible.
Well, Mr. Wright, is this the only possibility left to you? Message from the deceased. Such a message exists.
I gotta think back to the court record. Is in the evidence. I want to leave the cloth out, because I feel like that's going to come into something else. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murder?
Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse him of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys the message of the deceased.
Is it? Screw it. This is the message left by the deceased.
This is that blue badger from before, right?
Oh, is he going just to speak the killer's name?
I didn't think could. I'm sure it would.
Looks like everyone has forgotten this jar. This is just a jar. The message was left here, on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar.
Looks like someone wiped away the blood. Wiped the blood away.
Yes, but notice, for some reason, a blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away.
Yes, there's a line here drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is these dots were once lines.
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used a few precious moments left to him to leave a message behind. Leave behind a message.
One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where lines changed direction.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points. The victim's message will become apparent. No. Howard, please tell me we're not going to play connect the dots with this shit.
Mr. Wright, what kind of message did this victim leave for us?
Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I gotta connect these dots to make letters. The only thing the victim could have written. And given the circumstances. First name. now I'm just messing around here. Ooh. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove his client's innocent. That's why I've been all about thinking about saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Oh no. Emma.
So this was the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind.
So it would seem. And Lana's in distraught. Shit. Somehow I made Gant up here out of that.
Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took his life
was Emma Sky. Damn. Shocking revelation.
I can't. Seaworthy, can't say I didn't warn you.
We're not done yet.
Chief Gant?
Do you understand the implications of what you've done?
What? What are you talking about?
2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used false evidence to ensure his conviction.
Objection. But Joe Dark was really a serial murderer. That's undeniable.
I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we are the defenders of justice?
What?
We are mere keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence. If it is forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone says, this fact cannot be denied.
What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault?
Order! 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 Order!
Is that it? The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, who knows? To be continued. Oh, great. Well, an hour long, just what I expected. But yeah, I'm gonna save and stop. I got a feeling I gotta be getting close, you know. I'll be happy when I'm done. Anyway, I'm going to stop right here. And I do hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did enjoy it, why don't you do me a favor and hit that like button. Also, if you want to keep up to date, some more videos I post on the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to turn on notifications. With that said, I will see you all in another video. Latest!